$85,504 a year, public employee, Don Benedetto of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. My name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield. I have a question for you, Don. What were you doing hiding in the bushes across the street from my residence here in Penfield last night with your fellow whack job from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office? And I'm going to try not to laugh at certain points through this YouTube because your disgusting, appalling, sickening dissent on my life, character, integrity is not a laughing matter. But since you are such a collection of buffoons and stooges at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, I have a hard time suppressing a laugh when I describe your Three Stooges behavior. Like right now, I'm having a hard time suppressing this laugh, Don, baby. So, Don, for 18 months, I was demanding a list of salaries from your corrupt hack party-switching boss, Todd Baxter, and he refused for 18 months, despite the fact that every single public employee at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is paid by tax dollars. So here you are right here, Don M. Benedetto, $85,504. So you, Don, are paid $85,504 to hide in the bushes across from my residence in Penfield, New York, with another one of your fellow whack jobs. I don't know who he is. So what I'd like to know, Don, since we're buddies, is since you're out there in the bushes, I don't know how long you were there for. My neighbor said he saw you go in the bushes. So you're there in the bushes with your fellow Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee. And did you get lonely waiting for me to come out? Because you know I'm coming out of my residence to go to Wegmans. Because that's what I'm going to do. Because I go to Wegmans every night at approximately midnight. So I like to go there when it's nice and quiet. Well, these mothers, they're screaming infants and children are not there. That's why I go at midnight. I've been doing this for 9 years. So, Don, when you're out there in the bushes across from my residence with your fellow whack job from the sheriff's office, waiting for me to come outside, you're not pursuing real criminals in Monroe County. The murderers, the arsonists, the rapists, the real degenerates in Monroe County. There you are, being paid $85,000 to hide in the bushes across from my residence in Penfield with another one of your whack jobs. So what I want to know, Don, did you get lonely out there with your fellow whack job? Because what were you doing? I'd really like to know, because you're out there, you're lonely, you're with your fellow male public employee there, from the sheriff's office. So what were you doing out there, waiting for me to come out of my residence? I'm not committing any crime. So I was just curious about what was going on there, Don. And why you were out there hiding in the bushes across from my residence in Penfield. Did you see Pepe with you? Just see him. He's a French rapist, by the way. Did you see him out there? How many rapists do you have at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office? I won't be surprised you got about a dozen. Because you behave like animals, and you're one of them. So did you see him out there when you were hiding in the bushes? And also, Don, I'd like to know when you were hiding in the bushes, you saw any other animals. Like the great Secretariat, did you see Secretariat out there, among the fauna and the flora? There's a Secretariat winning the Belmont by 31 lengths. So, Don, you see him out there, the flora and the fauna, Don, baby? You know what you're doing, Don, at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, just like Todd Baxter and the rest of you fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths, drinking too much of this beverage, this Kool-Aid here, because you, Don Benedetto, and your $85,000 Kool-Aid drink. I'm going to tell you why I use language such as fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths, because it's not exaggeration, it's not hyperbole. I moved to my residence here in Penfield from Webster with my then girlfriend, Laura. And we had just adopted a Shih Tzu from Lollipop Farm Humane Society. It was just a wonderful day for Laura and I. And we wanted to adopt a dog for a long time, give a dog that nobody wanted a home. If you have a dog, then you love your dog, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And millions of people want to adopt dogs. I'm nothing special. I don't think that I have a higher degree of character because I want to adopt a dog. But that's what my ex-girlfriend Laura and I decided to do. Give a dog that nobody wanted a home. And when we went to Lollipop Farm Humane Society, and I was just there again because I'm adopting another dog, because my wonderful little guy died on July 21st. So anyway, we were interviewed, Laura and I. And when I was interviewed at Lollipop Farm with Laura, we were asked if we had any criminal convictions. We were asked if we've ever been arrested, and the answer for both of us was no. And as I make this YouTube, I have never committed a crime, despite the fact that I'm charged with harassment. Second, well, I'm not harassing anyone. That's been explained in previous YouTubes. And criminal contempt for being outside my residence 30 seconds to tell someone on his tractor that nobody owns that land next to my residence, and nobody owns that land next to my residence. So Laura and I were approved. I went to the cages of Lollipop, and there was a lot of barking there. And we went to one cage, and I said to Laura, I don't want to get a barking dog. And there was one dog, he's standing right there. He's looking right at us, and he's not barking. And we decided to adopt him, and his name was Alex, and I changed his name to Boom Boom, and he's named after former WBA lightweight champion Ray Mancini, because my little guy is a champion. I'm walking my dog the same way for 7 years on this land that has no ownership alongside my residence. And one day, the back window from the Shaw Law Firm flies open. The Shaw Law Firm used to be the practice of my dentist, Dr. Gloria Nichols, a wonderful, beautiful human being. I would walk my dog 7 years. Back window flies open from the Shaw Law Firm. They don't come over here and talk to me. This overweight woman, when I say overweight, 180, 190 pounds, screaming at me. I don't know why. She's screaming at me. Bring my little guy in. I go over there. I walk through the parking lot. That I'm the only New Yorker out of 17.9 million that'd be arrested for walking through that parking lot. Yeah, you heard that right. Courtesy of your fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths. I go to talk to Nayraj and Layla Kumar Shah. Why are you screaming? Why is your employee screaming at me? All I'm doing is walking my dog the same way for 7 years, 4,000 times. They don't want to talk to me. I leave. I come back here, and I hear a pounding on my door, and it's two Monroe County Sheriff Office employees with animal control. And the animal control individual, when I open the door, has a pole in his hand with a noose on it. A noose. Where's the noose going to go? Is that going to go around his neck? This is my third dog, and his temperament is different than my previous two dogs. He never barks. He just has such a beautiful heart. He is different than my other two dogs. I know that people think that all their dogs are wonderful, but he is different because of his temperament. They're going to put the noose around his neck. The animal control is standing there with a pole in his hand with a noose. The noose is for my Shih Tzu, who weighs less than 15 pounds. And there is a vicious confrontation at my door created by Nayraj and Layla Kumar Shah with your two public employees demanding my dog. And all I'm doing is walking my dog the same way I have for 7 years and 4,000 times. How do you possibly come to my residence and demand my dog when I'm just walking him the same way for 7 years? How does that happen? And the reason why it happens is you want to exercise power over another citizen by coming to that citizen's house, demanding a dog, and getting the satisfaction that you have power over that citizen. And this is why I describe your office as a collection of fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths. So, you're going to concoct a crime for me. I speak to this Shannon Meyer on the phone for an hour, this nauseating, disgusting, vile hack. $67,000 a year for her. Her salary should be reduced by $67,000. I don't know if she's writing a warrant for my arrest for walking through a parking lot. How many Americans in the United States of America, in this country of 280 million people, have been subject to a warrant for walking through a parking lot? I'll guess that I'm the only one. So I'm speaking to Shannon Meyer. I had to hold the phone away because the bizarre, oddball way this freak show talks. So she doesn't respond to answers like when I say to her, people walk by that parking lot all day long. So, how do you come to my house and demand my dog when I'm just walking my dog the same way as I have every day for 7 years? And I'm going to repeat that over and over. How do you do that? Anyway, I'm speaking to Shannon Meyer about this parking lot. This is it. This is the parking lot. 4,000 times I walked through this parking lot. There's no grass cutting ever. When I moved here with my ex-girlfriend, Laura, no one owns this land. They just like to enter the property here. And when they're here at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Are you married? What would you think if you had the tractor, the leaf blower, and the weed whacker here at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday or Sunday, and they wake you and your wife up. You have a girlfriend? What would you think if they're here with the tracker, the weed whacker, and leaf blower, and you live with your girlfriend, and they wake you up at 7 o'clock in the morning? What would you think about that? So they're here all the time, whenever they want, from Broccolo, Tree, and Lawn Care. So I come outside one day, I stand right here. I say they, meaning these parasites, Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah, don't know Atlanta, I walk back at my residence. How's that a crime? Tell me. How's that a crime that delivers 6 of your fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths to my residence? Because I look out my window here and I see Shannon Meyer fall down on her face in my backyard dirt. Then I hear this pounding on my door. Pounding on my door. I open the door. We just want to talk to you outside. That's a lie. I walk outside. I'm standing on my front lawn. You surround me. The handcuffs go on. How is it a crime to walk outside, stand here, say they don't own that land, and walk back inside my residence? How is that possibly a crime? How is that criminal contempt, Mr. $85,000? Tell me how that's criminal contempt, Mr. $85,000 hiding in my bushes in Penfield, New York. Employees do not know what constitutes criminal behavior and criminal actions. I'll prove it again. I go to the now defunct PW Fitness in Penfield. I'm at the back of the gym one day. It's been explained repeatedly on YouTube and in writing to your corrupt hack boss, Todd Baxter. Up walks to meet the Jim's psychopath, Jermaine Benman. He goes like this. I say to Jim's psychopath, Jermaine Benman, I'll be 30 seconds. I lean back on the machine. Benman stands over me. He punches down and my head snaps back like that. And he walks away. And as he's walking away, I'm looking at the bald head of this psychopath, Jermaine Benman, and I had to make an instantaneous decision not to attack and assault Jermaine Benman and exact vengeance upon his bald head, which is what I should have done. So Andrew Reale arrives. Andrew Reale arrives. He's been to my parking lot at my house. He knows exactly who I am. And he's going to put the screws to me. What would you think if something that's about to happen to me, and this something is the concoction of a crime, happened to someone in your family, somebody you like or you love or you respect? Andrew Reale doesn't ask me what happened. We go outside. He tells me we're in the back seat of his vehicle. I'm looking out the front window of the Monroe County Sheriff Office vehicle as Andrew Reale coaches Jermaine Benman what to say. He walks around to the side of the vehicle with this violent thug, Jermaine Benman. And Jermaine L. Benman says to me, I want to press charges against you. And that's how Andrew Reale concocts harassment second. Who am I harassing? If there is an employee in a law enforcement agency or bureaucracy that should be fired immediately, it's $79,000 a year, Andrew Reale. I have never harassed anyone in my life. This is your sickening, vile, disgusting, nauseating descent on my life with 2 concoctions. Do you understand what I just told you? $85,504 a year, Don Benedetto? It does not matter. It's your Jonestown Kool-Aid drinker. What I just told you does not matter. I have never heard Miranda versus Arizona either. Prosecutor talk in court. You've been in court. Does a prosecutor talk in court? Not in Penfield Town Court before John P. Lomenzo Jr., this 70-year-old pedophile protection racket, Daniel DeLaus III. Does that name sound familiar? It should. Because Daniel DeLaus III is a child rapist in Penfield. Daniel DeLaus III appears in Penfield Town Court. John P. Lomenzo Jr. has a relationship with Daniel DeLaus II. He does not recuse himself from that case of Daniel DeLaus III. This is called a conflict of interest. He lets Daniel DeLaus III go, and Daniel DeLaus III is subsequently arrested again, because what does a child rapist like to do is rape children. So the guy I have to appear in front of in Penfield Town Court is a child rapist protection racket, Daniel DeLaus III. I walk into Penfield Town Court. I don't have counsel. I stand at the podium in front of Lomenzo, prosecutor from the Monroe County District Attorney's Office to my left. I'm waiting for her to talk. Not one word, not one sound, not one syllable. It's not one word, not one sound, not one syllable, because I haven't committed a crime. I have never committed a crime. The proceeding ends in less than 2 minutes, and I go in the back, and there's $79,000 a year Andrew reality waiting for me. Put your hands behind your back, and I am in shock. I go to my knees. I'm on my knees in Penfield Town Court because I know I'm going to jail. I know my little guy is in my house, as I live alone now. When I get to the jail, I'm told to strip naked. I'm naked in front of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office jail, and I said to him, "Let me know when you're done staring at my dick." And he hands me an orange jumpsuit. So I put my orange jumpsuit on. I'm walking around Monroe County Jail saying, "Man, it's never committed a crime." And I walk to the center of the jail, and I see this perfect man, Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee with a bald head, and I wish I knew his name. I told him my dog is in my house. Someone needs to go to my house because there's a key tape to the back porch because my ex-girlfriend put it there. And get my little guy and take it back to Lollipop. And he arranged for that to happen. And then as I'm obviously home now, I had to go back to Lollipop and be re-interviewed to get my little guy. This is what you're doing to me here. Hiding in the bushes. Don Benedetto and your $85,000 a year salary. So Don, when I left my house last night, I should have had a warning. That you're coming, baby. Warning. Crazy people are coming. That's you, $85,000 a year, Don Benedetto, hiding in the bushes of Penfield, New York. And Don, when you're out there with your narcissists, sociopaths, and wolves, I need to tell you the definition of a sociopath, because that's you, Don. Because if you're hiding in the bushes in Penfield, New York, Don, you gotta be a sociopath. Because there's real criminal behavior in Monroe County. There's real criminals out there transforming innocent human beings into victims. And there you are, $85,000 a year, Don Benedetto, hiding in the bushes in Penfield, New York. So, Don, what you are, Don, baby, is a sociopath. I'll tell you what it is. Person with a psychopathic personality whose behavior is antisocial, often criminal, and lacks a sense of moral responsibility or social conscience. If you're hiding in the bushes in Penfield, New York, waiting for me to come out of the residence to concoct another crime for me, then you have no moral responsibility or social conscience. You got that? And Don, really here. Put down your arm, Don. Because I don't know what you're doing here. I don't get this. It's total incoherence here with this arm action you got going here, Don. I mean, when you were hiding in the bushes across from my residence, Don, with your fellow whack job, were you entertaining each other, with this arm action here? What's going on with that already? All right, so, Don, I have, the manual that you read, and you know by heart, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Because you have to have a mental disorder if you're hiding in the bushes across from my residence in Penfield, New York. And Don, when you were hired at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, I have the Todd Baxter job application here. This is a Sheriff Todd Baxter job application. Now, are you a whack job? Yes or no? And you know the answer to that question for yourself, Don. Because you're hiding in the bushes in Penfield, New York, across from my residence. So, now, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Tell me. Why were you here at midnight last night? What possible reason could there be to arrive at my residence at midnight? I saw you, my neighbor saw you. I knew you were out there before I came outside. Why do you think I came outside? Because I knew you were out there. That's why. That's surprising me, running toward me. I mean, it's so obvious when you were running across the street. You are such a pathetic joke, a collection of buffoons at the sheriff's office. So that includes you, Don. So, anyway, Now, Don, why were you here? Tell me. Why were you hiding in the bushes across from my residence in Penfield, New York with your $85,000 salary? Tell me. For what reason? Was it your decision to put that camera on the building at 2025 Penfield Road? The Monroe County Sheriff's Office put a camera, also called a surveillance device, on the building at 2025 Penfield Road. So when I came outside to tell this toothless loser on his tractor that nobody owns the land alongside my residence, and you six fanatics, degenerates, sociopaths descended on me, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee showed me the video on his phone. And that's why it's called a surveillance device. You paid money at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office to buy a camera, also called a surveillance device, and put it on that building at 2025 Penfield Road to concoct the crime for me. This is the sick lunatic fringe, and you're the sick lunatic fringe because you were hiding in the bushes across from my residence in Penfield, New York. How many more times are you going to come here? I've been here 100 times now. I have never committed a crime, and your fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths have been to my residence more than 100 times. So, does Ryan Fisher ring the bell? Is that name? I didn't see his name on the payroll. Perhaps I missed it, but I looked at it a number of times. I did not see his name. Here he is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I'm demanding if your boss, Sheriff Todd Baxter, paid for a hotel, plane ticket, and the care and feeding of his dog Lola to go to Atlanta, Georgia for the Super Bowl. And he refuses to answer because he's accountable to no one. He does whatever he wants at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And you, Don Benedetto, do whatever the fuck you want at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office because you're a fucking criminal. So, my name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, and I have never committed a crime.